Imagine a person who doesn't go to an office, doesn't attend meetings, and isn't buried in work all day. Yet, they're a billionaire. While the whole world was caught up in the hustle, they were sitting by the beach, relaxing, and their bank balance kept growing. Is this really possible? Can you actually become rich by working less, thinking smart, and building a system? Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about a unique book, The Lazy Billionaire, written by Robert Stephen. This book explains how he used the principle of working less and thinking more to create a system that landed him on the list of the world's laziest billionaires. Robert came from an ordinary middle-class family where everyone said the same thing: work hard, stay busy, or you'll fall behind. But one day, Robert asked himself a question. Does success only mean running endlessly? Or could thinking strategically and building a system be another path? A man sitting on the beach spending just 30 minutes a day, running a $100 million company. Robert's life was nothing short of a dream. He woke up late every morning, sipped coffee by the ocean, and spent just 30 minutes on his phone. That's all it took for his multi-million-dollar companies to keep running. His lesson? Don't work. Make work happen. Stop selling your time. Start buying it. The core message of this book is clear. Don't be busy. Be smart. Chapter 1. Doing nothing is an art. In this chapter, Robert Stephen's mindset is presented from a completely different perspective, one that challenges traditional definitions of success. While the world sees constant hustle as the ladder to success, work harder, stay up late, and only then will you achieve something. Robert thinks in the opposite direction. For him, pausing. To Robert, being lazy isn't about laziness. It's a state of brilliance. It's about giving yourself the freedom to constantly ask, am I doing what's truly essential? Robert says that while people exercise their bodies to stay strong, he exercises his ideas. He thinks deeply, and from that thinking, he creates systems that work for him instead of him working for the system. When others are stuck in the grind, working from morning to night, Robert builds a framework where machinery, not effort, does the work. He adopted a simple yet powerful rule in his life: do less, think more, and build systems. This mindset teaches us that staying busy all the time isn't success. True success comes from applying your mind to the right thing at the right time. Robert believes that if you're doing every task yourself, you're wasting your energy. The real trick is to create systems that keep running even in your absence. This chapter teaches us that doing nothing is an art, provided you've built a system that moves forward without you. Chapter 2, The Business of Doing Nothing. In this chapter, Robert Stephen's thinking sets him apart and propels him ahead of the crowd. While his college friends were chasing jobs and standing in lines for interviews, Robert was lost in a deeper question. If I spend my whole life just working, when will I actually live? This question shaped the direction of his life. He realized that the purpose of life isn't to stay busy, but to create a system that runs on its own and bears fruit. With this mindset, he designed a blueprint, dividing his time into 4 parts: thinking, learning, building systems, and spending the least amount of time actually working. He believed your real responsibility isn't to work, but to create a system that works for you. For example, while his friends stood at the counters of their restaurants taking orders and working late, Robert only stepped into his restaurant on opening day. After that, he hired a capable manager, set up a weekly reporting system, and linked every transaction to an automated notification app. All he had to do was read the reports while relaxing by the beach. His formula: don't create a job, create a system that earns money even when you're sleeping. This chapter makes it clear that success doesn't always require constant hard work. Instead, it's about building systems smartly so that your effort pays off repeatedly. Robert's mindset teaches us that if you spend all day doing everything yourself, you're not a business owner, you're your own most exhausted employee. So start the business of making work happen, not doing it yourself. That's the true business of doing nothing. Chapter 3. The Power of Saying No. This chapter highlights Robert Stevens' mentality, which not only made him rich but also kept him focused, clear, and visionary. While most people get caught up trying to seize every opportunity, Robert's principle was to choose only what's necessary. He received dozens of offers every week: crypto investments, brand deals, new startup partnerships, and ideas promising quick returns. But he learned that accepting every opportunity isn't necessary. Choosing the right ones is true wisdom. Robert said yes to only 1% of opportunities and calmly said no, thank you to the rest. His thinking was crystal clear. Every time you say yes to a distraction, you're saying no to a real opportunity. This line is the cornerstone of his success. Robert believed that to succeed, you first need clarity in life, what's truly important to you and what's just superficial glitter. He understood that not every shiny thing is gold, and not every investment, deal, or trend aligns with your vision. His approach was that saying no isn't rudeness. It's protecting your priorities. That's why he only said yes to things that perfectly aligned with his systems and long-term vision. His decisions were never based on emotions, but on logic. He constantly reminded himself that saying yes to please others means losing your own focus. This chapter teaches us that saying no is an art, and if mastered, it brings peace, clarity, and true success. Chapter 4. Outsourcing, the key to freedom. This chapter reveals Robert Stevens' strategy that freed him not only from business, but also from the daily entanglements of life. Robert believed that if a task wasn't directly tied to his vision, thinking, or creativity, it wasn't worth doing. So he didn't just outsource business tasks, he outsourced his entire personal life. From tax filing to scheduling meetings, from home-cooked meals to family responsibilities, every task was handed over to a capable person, app, or system. His clear rule was, only do what only I can do. Everything else gets delegated. Robert understood that time is the most valuable asset, and every small or big task that consumed his mental clarity or creative energy was gradually eliminated. Whether it was a digital assistant, task automation tools, a calendar app, or delivery services, he made smart and full use of every convenience so his mind could focus solely on big thinking and system design. For him, outsourcing wasn't just a convenience, it was a lifestyle philosophy. He invested his time and energy where it truly made a difference. This chapter teaches us that if we keep ourselves tangled in every small task, we'll never have the depth of thought needed for real growth. Outsourcing isn't just for the rich, it's for the wise. And it was Robert's true key to freedom. Chapter 5. The Legacy of Laziness. In this chapter, Robert Stevens' journey reaches its peak, where he's not just a billionaire, but a visionary leader. His goal was no longer just to make money, but to leave a legacy that teaches future generations that success doesn't come from hustle alone. It comes from thinking, strategy, and systems. With this purpose, he founded the Lazy Leaders Foundation, an organization that teaches young people how to achieve maximum results with minimal effort. Robert believed that today's world is so obsessed with hustle culture that people have forgotten how to think for themselves. But he proved that the habit of thinking outweighs running. Through this foundation, he taught youth how to channel their energy into thinking and systems to design a life with less work and more impact. His vision was clear: don't chase time, buy it. Move forward with intelligence, not just hard work. He showed that true success isn't money, it's the freedom to think. This chapter makes it clear that Robert's laziness wasn't a weakness, but a deliberate philosophy that has become a legacy inspiring millions. Robert Stevens' philosophy, work less, think more, is the key to true freedom. His life isn't just a story, it's a new perspective that openly challenges hustle culture. His philosophy is simple, profound, and incredibly effective. Don't chase time, buy it. Don't work harder, think smarter. Don't just earn money, create value, and wealth will follow. If you want to adopt this mindset, start with small action steps. Delegate one daily task, like bill payments or grocery orders. Embrace system thinking. Use tools like Trello, Notion, or Google Sheets to organize your work. Learn to say no. Every shiny opportunity isn't necessary. Invest in your skills, not just in manual labor. And most importantly, set aside time every week to sit with yourself without any tasks, just to think. The conclusion is this: Robert Stevens showed us that true success doesn't come from sweat. It comes from thinking and systems. Money isn't the greatest asset. Time and mindset are. Now the choice is yours. Will you keep running with the crowd, or will you create something unique and true with your thinking? If this summary inspired you, like the video, subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments what you think.